Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lika and this is Lika's Views. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by and for clicking on my video today. If you are returning, my people, how far now? Thank you so much for stopping by and for clicking on my video today. Alright you guys, so I have decided that I'm going to start doing my monthly favorites or stuff I started using that month, the month prior, that I really enjoyed. Okay, so let's get right into the video. All right, you guys, so this is my tray for January. This is my January tray. I have makeup, I have skincare, and I have fragrance. Okay, so let's start with what I already started using in December and I absolutely love, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it and I really want to right now. It's going to be Huda. So I'd actually never used the Huda Beauty powder ever before until December, and I've been using it back to back to back to back to back, and I've honestly started really understanding the hype of this powder, that I'm working towards getting it in more shades because I really do appreciate what this powder does. I haven't tried the pressed powder yet just because I don't have $40 at the moment, but it's definitely on my to-do list to try the pressed powder version of this powder, and I also want to get it in banana bread too as well to try out, because I'm working on like some stuff with my makeup and I'm realizing one or twos. So once I figure all of that out, I'll definitely share it on here. But Huda Chef's Kiss. Now the moment I saw this Huda blush filter palette in the shade baby pink, I knew I wanted it. It did take me a while. It took me until December to actually buy it because it was what, 43, 42, 45, I don't know, but it was in the 40s. But once I got it, once I saw it, I knew I had to get it. This particular blush works very well with my Tear cream bronzer and it's with my Tear cream blush. And those two together, I have a video up on it already about using those two together, this one and that Tear cream. Amazing, absolutely perfect, because I like having cream blushes to match my powder blushes. I'm absolutely obsessed and I think it's amazing. I would say if you haven't tried or swatched any of the Huda blushes, you're missing out because I absolutely like it. And the texture of the shimmer doesn't even show up that intensely on the skin. I don't know if my skincare just made my skin better or if that's just how the blush works, but it works. So who am I to complain? Moving on, I'm going into skincare. PDRN serum. PDRN everything. PDRN everything. PDRN is a salmon sperm, I believe. It is the best thing ever created for skincare. And I'm so grateful to Korean skincare for bringing this to America, because of bringing this information to the world, because this stuff has changed my skin completely. My skin was getting better, but adding this to my routine, it helped me with texture, with smoothness. It helped me with so much that I can't even. Two most important things for me were texture, like smoothness of my skin, and just that when I put on makeup, I wanted to be able to apply seamlessly, where it gives the illusion that my skin is flawless. If you haven't tried PDRN serums before, I want to encourage you. This is your encouragement to try it. Give it 30 days. And if it doesn't work for you, fine. But this stuff has been amazing for my skin. I always get compliments whenever I put on makeup. How can I get my makeup to sit as beautiful as yours? PDRN. Get a good cleanser, get a good toner, I always exfoliate before I put on my makeup. Then get PDRN serum. You can do any other serums you want, but just make sure this is in your routine. I use this in the morning, I use this at night. Sometimes I don't use this, sometimes I use, like, I just interchange it, but every morning I wear PDRN serum, always. I stopped using it for a while and I could tell the difference, so I had to repurchase. And I also wanted to try out the one from Anua, equally as beautiful. And the one from Anua also has hyaluron in it. And what hyaluron does, it's like hyaluronic acid. It draws moisture into your face, so your face does not stay dehydrated all day. You still keep getting that moisture that your face needs all day. I even got the Anua PDRN hyaluronic acid moisturizer cream at night. I use this at night with this on the days of no treatments, like when I'm not doing my retinol or when I'm not doing my vitamin C. I use this. Amazing. Just look up PDRN for yourself. That's all I would say. You can tell that I'm hyped because this stuff is I feel like I'm always tongue tied whenever I love stuff so much. I'm always tongue tied, but trust me, PDRN will change the game for you forever. And right now, the only two that I can vouch for is the one for Medicube and for Anua. So I encourage you to try it and let me know what you think. I believe the PDRN serum is available on, they're all available on Amazon. And I think the Medicube one might also be available at Ulta. I'm not sure, but you can check my LTK. I'll link it below. It should be there if it's available either on Amazon or Ulta. I'll link it below. If not, just Google it. This month of February, I picked up the PDRN cleanser. That's to show you how much I trust PDRN at this moment. And the cleanser with the cream and the serum, I can see the difference, you guys. I can see the difference. I really can. But let's move on. So, January, I picked up two awesomenesses from Bath and Body Works. This is the warm musk and the fruity musk. Warm musk has notes of smooth vanilla, whipped musk, and cozy amber. Apparently, it's supposed to smell like a soft cloud and addictive vanilla. And honestly, it really does. It's very, very pretty. I like it. I feel like it would go well with any fragrance, any gourmand fragrance that you have. So anything that's edible, fruity, not fruity, anything that's edible, yummy, marshmallowy, vanilla-y, that kind of thing, you can blend it with this and it smells absolutely beautiful. I picked it up from Bath and Body Works last month with my reward points, and I'm so glad that I did because this stuff smells really, really good. I also picked up fruity musk. This has notes of dewy raspberry, sugared musk, and violet moss. This is the persona is it's made personal with a burst of juicy, vibrant fruits. Now this just smells like a resort beach kind of situation, right? It smells very fruity, it smells sort of fruity floral in a way, but I really like it. And the beautiful part about these fragrances is that they're just not body mist, they're also hair mist. So you can actually spray it in your hair and get that longevity. Ooh, I'm always very careful when spraying stuff in my hair. And get that longevity of that smell dangling through your hair all day. Ooh, that smells good. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, you do know that these are body mist, so they're not going to last forever. But I always like to throw it in my bag or have one in my car so that I can just top up whenever I'm going out, because that's what body mists are for, in my opinion. They're for like topping up. I wanted to get fresh musk, but I'd exhausted my budget for the month of January. So if fresh musk is still available in maybe like either end of February or in March, I probably will pick up fresh musk if I still feel the same way about fresh musk. But these two were a really great buy for me. I got one for $5.99 and I got one with my reward points. So it was a win-win both ways. Yay. Um, and then the last thing for my January favorites would be AZM by Paris Corner. This fragrance is not new to the perfume world, and I have been really into, since I believe it's since last year, ending of 2024 into 2025, I started getting into Arabian fragrances just because I really wanted to smell good all the time. But the prices of fragrances were just, it was a little bit too much for me. And so when you're trying to build a collection, I prefer to start with fragrances that are under $50. And that was what I decided to do. So most of my fragrances are under $50, and they are Arabic fragrances like AZM. This one is from Paris Corner, and it's just very, very expensive and grown. This came out sometime last year. Sometime last year, but it was not in my budget. So I got it in January, and I've been wearing it all through January, and I really, really like it. I got it even at a discounted price, so yay me. But I really like the stuff. It really smells like that girl, but more grown and matured. It has some musk in it as well. I'm not really keen on notes personally. If I like it, I like it. I don't really care what the notes are, but most times when I do hear anything has like jasmine, lychee, there are certain like fragrance like suggestions like raspberry, lychee, candy, some specific things I'd be like, ooh, that draw me in. But then the most important thing is, how does it smell, right? There's some stuff that have candy in it and I smell it and I absolutely do not like it. But there are some stuffs that do have candy in it and I smell and I'm like, oh, now this is how I want to smell, So I feel like it does vary from person to person when it comes to scents, but they claim that it's a dupe for 100 silent ways. I've never smelled 100 silent ways, and I've never really been about the dupe culture, but what I do know is that I like how it smells. I was intrigued by it, and it just smells like that girl. And when you're just that girl, you just have to be that girl. Extra. Anyways, I really do like it. There's also a powderiness to it and a muskiness to it as well. I feel like January was just a month of muskiness for me because all the fragrances that I wore the month of January were all musk related ish in a way. So yeah, these are just like my favorites for the month of January, things that I had on rotation and I loved so much. So the perfumes are new. The Huda I had it on rotation the whole of December and January, and then the PDRN has been something that has been in my skincare rotation for a while now, and I'm so glad that I have PDRN to lean back on. So we'll talk next month because this month I'm using the PDRN cleanser. This month of February, I'm using the PDRN cleanser. So we'll talk about that in my February favorites in March. But these are my January favorites. And let me know what you think about these products, if you've tried them, if you agree with the stuff that I've said. And let me know down in the comment section what are products you really enjoyed in the month of January. They don't have to be new products, but share. Let's talk about and let's share tips. All right, guys. Well, that is it. That's all for today's video. I will see you all next time. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. I'm willing to talk to anyone who is willing to talk to me. Bye, guys.